friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
New York State Police rescue woman needing a heart transplant stranded in Snowstorm. Written by Julie Provost, read by Julie Provost. If you've ever been stranded in a snowstorm, you know how scary it can be. For one woman, the importance of being rescued was more than getting out of the cold. She and her husband were making their way from Rochester, New York to Cleveland Clinic in Ohio for her heart transplant surgery. The 64-year-old woman and her husband left in their car for Ohio on Friday, November 29th. According to a New York State Police release, they later became stranded on New York State Route 5 near Portland because of the snowstorm and bad road conditions. Before the situation became critical, the husband made contact with a nurse from Cleveland Clinic, the statement said. That nurse was able to contact the state police, and troopers were able to maintain continuous contact and locate them with an NYSP utility task vehicle. The woman uses a battery-powered heart pump and had to have been a bit worried about being stranded in the snow. But help soon came. Troopers found the stranded couple and transported the woman to the Portland Fire Department and then to Westfield Memorial Hospital. Later, she was taken to Jamestown Airport, where she was flown to the Cleveland Clinic for her surgery. When the New York State Police posted a statement about what happened on Facebook, someone shared that they were the woman's daughter. Words will never express the extreme gratitude my family and I have for you. That's my mom you saved. God bless each and every one of the officers involved in helping her get to safety and get her to hopefully new heart, the message said. This is an incredible story of perseverance and coordination. The actions of the troopers, medical staff, and transportation teams highlight how critical teamwork and quick thinking can save lives, even in the face of severe weather conditions, the statement said. It is heartening to see that such dedication to ensuring a patient receiving a life-saving heart transplant despite the challenges posed by the snowstorm. And heartening it was. This was indeed a team effort, not only to find and rescue the couple from the snowstorm, but also to make sure they could safely get to where they needed to go and in a timely manner. God was truly looking out for her, using the troopers, medical staff, and other teams to get her to safety. As we can see from the Facebook comments, her family was very thankful for the miracle. He has told you, O man, what is good and what the Lord requires of you to do justice, and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8.
This December, on the Salvation Army's Words of Life podcast, we'll be joined by worship leader, pastor, speaker, April Christina Farmer. She joins our host, Bernie Dake, to share her testimony as the two discuss the importance of living life with a grateful heart.
Now, just hearing the stories of from my husband, because there's so much I don't remember, was the people of God. The investments that you make down through the years in those relationships and the body of Christ that you build relationship with, they came together and they prayed for me. And people feel that all the time, like, how in the world? Why would you let this person go? Why would you let me walk through that? Why would you allow this sickness to overtake my body? And Jesus is like, I know it's tough, but you don't know what's coming. I do. Will you trust me?
Listen to the Salvation Army's Words of Life wherever you listen to podcasts or visit wordsoflifepodcast.org.
We're all touched by the mental health crisis, and many in our church communities are seeking support. We need compassionate Christian therapists walking alongside them through every season. Western Theological Seminary offers a master's in clinical mental health counseling, blending trauma-informed care with the rich tradition of soul care. Be part of the solution, grounded in faith. Learn more at counseling.westernsem.edu. That's counseling.westernsem.edu.
Granddaughter captures last words between grandparents married for 69 years. Written by Hallie Wells, read by Julie Provost. Few things leave a legacy like a long, happy marriage, and this couple, married for 69 incredible years, did that very thing. Of all the wonders, experiences, and miracles that life offers, a prosperous, lengthy marriage rich with grace, admiration, romance, faith, and devotion is one of the most impactful. Paul and Aleda Barrier shared such a marriage, and their children and grandchildren were blessed to observe it all. Cassandra Lellier is one of Paul and Meleda's grandchildren. On October 30th, 2024, her older sister called to say that their grandfather's health was quickly deteriorating, so she went to visit him. Once there, she captured a few precious moments of conversation between her grandparents. The sweet words exchanged between the two will stay with Cassandra for years to come, just as her memories of growing up in such a loving family have. Cassandra told people that her grandparents' relationship began when they met at the small bar Meleda's mother owned. The two grew up in Quebec, Canada, and at the time, Paul was working as a bouncer at the tavern. Cassandra shared, it was like love at first sight. The pair married on May 28, 1955. Paul was 21, Meleda was 18. Cassandra, who lives in Delroy Beach, Florida, has fond memories of summers shared with her grandparents at the family's cottage in Canada. She recalls hanging out on the pontoon, tubing with cousins on the lake, and family gatherings, each filled with love and laughter. Cassandra shared about her grandfather. Family dinners every week and weekend barbecues were traditions we all look forward to, and he made every holiday, graduation, wedding, and anniversary feel even more special. Family meant everything to him, and we were a close-knit group of people because of his example. After receiving the call from her older sister, Bianca, Cassandra arrived at her grandparents' house and found Paul to be more talkative than usual. When she noticed her grandmother moved closer to him, Cassandra decided to record their exchange. Cassandra has always seen Meleda say the words, "I love you" first. This time, though, Paul was there to say it. She said, hearing him say it for the first time was an incredibly emotional moment. The video continues as her grandmother responds, "Yeah, me too. For 70 years, 69, you're the best, the best, the best husband." Well, her heart must be breaking. She is composed and strong as she leans in close to her husband of 69 years. What an inspiration. Following Paul's death on November 2nd, Cassandra posted the touching video on TikTok. Cassandra's video went viral and has garnished nearly 4 million views and 4,000 comments. Viewers were incredibly moved by the love shared by these two special individuals. Cassandra told people, "I was truly surprised by the number of views and comments, but then I realized just how special that moment was and how rare it is to witness love like theirs. It made me feel incredibly happy knowing I could share a glimpse of the deep bond they had." During Paul's final days, family members gathered at his home. They shared stories and appreciated every moment together, Cassandra shared. "We had one last glass of wine with him, raising a toast to him, my grandmother, and the beautiful life our family has built. It was heartbreaking but also comforting to be able to share those special moments. This is proof that true love can withstand any challenge, that you should never give up, and that genuine love is always worth finding," Cassandra added. "A relationship is not about how much you love each other at the beginning, but how much you're willing to sacrifice and grow together in the long run. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." Ephesians 5:25.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
Many of us feel hurried. And did you know that being in a hurry is costing us more than we realize? Hi, I'm Jem Fadling, co-host of Unhurried Living, where my husband Alan and I help people learn to live and lead from fullness rather than on empty. We provide resources and training to teach you healthy patterns for rest, work, and spiritual connection. With more than 25 years of experience at the intersection of spiritual formation and leadership development, Unhurried Living seeks to inspire others to rest deeper, live fuller, and lead better. Join us each week as we continue to have conversations about leadership, soul care, the power of prayer, and much more. You can find Unhurried Living at lifeaudio.com and on your favorite podcasting app.